last week as they took on the Diamond Devils over from Edinburgh. Currently they're 2-0 and at the top of the Scottish National Baseball League AAA. Glasgow Galaxy, well, they had last week off as a bye week, and the week before that was a holiday for Easter, so they're at a 0-1 record, and they've only played the Comets. So there's a bit of a grudge match going on here as well. Galaxy looking to avenge that defeat from the opening day of the season and get themselves onto the boards and make that 1-1 record. Meanwhile, the Comets are defending that 2-0 lead and want to keep themselves comfortably on top of the league here, which a win today would do so. That's a lot to play for here. Thank you all for joining us live on YouTube. For those of you who are, that's great. Please, you've got the comments box there. Let us know where you're from, how you're watching, how you found us, and everything else that happens on one of these newfangled social streaming networks. You can also guess how many people incorrectly walk in front of the camera throughout the rest of the game. Yes, they've just given me a dirty look. Teams are warming up just now. We are in Glasgow, of course, so both teams are part of the Glasgow Baseball Club. So strictly speaking, this is a home venue for both of them, but for those of you keeping track on the cards, which includes me, the Galaxy are going to be regarded as the visiting team, and the home team are going to be the Comets. For those of you who can make that out, 2 seconds, everybody. Well, we're just going to double check who is home and who's away. I've got Galaxy at Comets. Reuben? That's what we have on the cards. And let's see, who's warming up just now? Galaxy are warming up in the outfield. For the Comets to go up first. Okay, so we are just going to change the bug around.
Coming down.
So you join us here in a rapidly rescheduled game where we were expecting Galaxy at Comets. The clubs have now decided that we're going to be doing it the other way around. It's now going to be the Comets classed as the visiting team and the Galaxy as the home team. Comets will be playing in light blue uniforms, white trousers, and the Galaxy are playing in dark blue with grey trousers. And for those of you keeping track, it's 7 minutes past 2. First pitch. Looking strike. Your 1, 2, 3 for the Galaxy. Rodriguez, Suarez, and Carlos. Pitching against them is Jacob Wright on the mound for the Galaxy. Swing and a miss and a low ball. It's going to be called a strike there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's going to be a rather blustery day here. Wind's coming in over a home plate and out onto first base. And a strikeout there. Rodriguez, the shortstop, heads back to the Comets bench. Second baseman Suarez coming up now.
Come on, batter up!
Wind picking up here, so it's going to be an advantage to the few left-hand hitters that we do have. Bring the ball away into the centre down the right field line. Suarez one of those left-handers. Pitch comes in fast and hard, just on the outside, but still inside the zone. Strike one. Swinging there, and it's fell back into the backstop for not 2 counts. Decision between Jacob Wright, catcher, and Elvis Grundis has been made, and uses that swing on a ball low and inside of the outside the zone, but fouled off. Count remains 0-2. The wind is going to be playing a part of the game today, I feel, as we sit here at one of the highest points of Tollcross Park. And second strikeout for Jacob Wright there. It's 2 up, 2 down so far. And we're getting our early pitcher-pitcher battle here as Carlos comes up, who will be pitching for the Comets.
Ball, no strike. Wait.
And a hit by pitch there, just above the left-hand hip belt. And a first base runner for the Comets. Carlos takes himself up to first base. Runner goes from first up to second. Long throw is made from the catcher, but not in time. Stolen base for Carlos. Barrios, the catcher, is at the plate for the Comets. Swinging strike there. Count goes 1-1. Wright goes ahead in the count, 1-2. And runner goes from second over to third as Carlos makes a successful steal. Hit by pitch to get him on first. Stole second, now stolen third, 90 feet away from home. And to get the first run on the board potentially for the Comets. Hard fought swing, and it goes out bouncing into shallow left field. It's a comfortable RBI as Carlos brings himself home, and Pereira gets the single RBI and puts himself on base as well. First run on the boards belongs to the Comets, playing as the visiting team. Consideration was made to the steal there. Barry's taking a little bit of a lead, but not enough that he couldn't get back in time from that, keeping him on his throw from the catcher. Runner goes on the steal, first to second, but it is another well hit ball. It goes out into left field. And movement around the bases there. Pereira takes a single on their one out into left field. Barrios, who'd already stolen second and was on the move, stayed on the move and took himself over to third base. Runners at the corners here. 2 outs. Fast inning made of the first 2 batters. Next 3 have got themselves out and into the game. Captain Ian Davidson now at mound, ready to hit on the next pitch that comes in. But decides against that. Strike is called out.
The ball's 2 strikes.
Runners in the corners, 2 outs. Still goes on from first through second. It was a high pitch anyway, not giving Grinnis enough time to even consider that throw there, but with a runner lurking dangerously in third base. To be fair, it wouldn't have happened anyway. Pereira takes the steal, puts 2 runners in scoring position at second and third base. Count goes 1 and 2.
2-2.
Count goes 2 and 2. Outside throw low into the dirt there. Scrabbly pitch there. A little bit wild, but no actual danger from the Galaxy. No mistakes made by the Galaxy there, so Comets live to make another swing. As you say in the booth here, we're knocking on the door. Something's going to happen. And that's something is a beat called by our umpire Brian Clark before calling out that last strike. Looking 3 strikeouts for Jacob Wright there. 1 run comes home on 2 hits for the Comets. No errors charged to the Galaxy and 2 runners left on base. That's halfway through the first inning here from Baseball Scotland's coverage of your Glasgow Derby as the Glasgow Comets take on the Glasgow Galaxy. I'm Ewan Spence and we'll be back shortly.
Exactly, I probably would. So one did come at me right there.
Alright guys, the lineup. Elvis, Mike, Gabe, Jacob. Again, Charles, Dennis, John,
Really knows who's on the ball.
Go. Cut her up.
Welcome back to Baseball Scotland's coverage of Glasgow Comets visiting Glasgow Galaxy. Although we've just looked at the official lineup and it's the other way around. But nevertheless, that's what we're playing on the board. Bottom of the first inning, and it is catcher Elvis Grinis, left fielder Martin, and first baseman Bailey, who will be your 1, 2, 3 for the Galaxy, who are playing in dark blue, taking on the Comets, who are playing in light blue. And it's a hard high swing that goes foul over the backstop. Wind continues to make it an interesting game here. That goes 2-1. And that pitch there just advances it a little bit more. Pitch comes in hard, and it is a soft grounder out to third base, which does roll foul just short of leaving the infield. So what looked to be Grinis getting on base is now rolled back. Run out 90 feet, jog back 90 feet.
Balls to strike. Right.
2-2 on the count.
Wow.
3-2 in the count, my mistake, because we've just went 4-2, and 4-2 gives you the walk up to first base. So Grinis does eventually get himself back out at first. Doesn't take the hit though, will take the walk and gets on base. Left fielder Martin. Just a check throw there from pitcher and catcher. Grinis will be looking to do the steal, but hasn't taken on that challenge yet. Not one on the count. And Grinis decides to go this time. The throw from catcher up to second. It's attempted, but it just bounces out of the glove of the second baseman, and it's a successful steal. Grinis takes him up and puts himself into scoring position.
Balls, one strike.
Bunt shown and taken, but rolls foul.
2-2. 2-2.
Comets defending a 1-run lead. Galaxy have one runner in scoring position, up at second base. And that's chopped, rolls into the ground for no home plate. Pitcher Carlos picks it up, stumbles, rolls backwards, throws it over first base, and it is an overthrow at that point. Grinis on the way from third base, turns the corner, heads round the home, and equalises up the score. It's an RBI from Martin, and it's a single there and awarded second base on the out of bounds. Elvis does the run through, and had already passed third base, was on his way home, so an RBI is going to be credited there to Martin. As the scores are tied up 1-1. Also probably worth flagging up then when I say the Arbe's credits, the unofficial score here, the official scores will be up later on in the week. You'll find them through Baseball Scotland, the various Facebook websites, and you can also search the teams on the iScore Central international website for baseball scores. Count on Bailey is 1-0. Galaxy has made up that 1-run difference, so we're back in a tied game 1-1. And they again, though, have a runner in scoring position up at second base. Pitch comes in, and that's fouled, grounder down their first base line. Time called.
Ball, 2 strikes. Wait.
Pitch in, foul to backstop. Thankfully there is backstop. So the production truck and the commentator are all perfectly fine. We just need to check on the high camera. It takes time to get the ladders up there to put the camera up. And that's a cricket wide to the outside there. Full count, 3-2.
Foul.
Fouled off. High and down third base infield line.
2-2. Wait.
And thrown inside. Now we actually do have the 3-2 count.
Full count. Yep, full count.
Pitch comes in, and it's a chopper, goes to shortstop, bobbles that off the glove, attempts to throw over to first base. It's not in time, and it's an overthrow there as well. Martin had already made it to third base, so the out of bounds throw will bring him home and give the Galaxy a 1-run lead.
Time.
Nice job, Gabe. Hey, great 2-strike kick there, Gabe.
Bailey's going to reach on a single and take himself up to second base on the overthrow from the shortstop to first base. So far it's 2 runs and 2 hits for the Galaxy. We'd wait to see on the official scores, but at the moment it's currently no errors charged to the Comets. Two runs home with no outs. Pitcher time is Wright. Faces Carlos. Decides to do a really short chop throw. Carlos comes down to the pitching mound to pick that up. Throws that over to first base in time. Thrown out on a 1-3. Bailey advances over to third on that though. One away. Third baseman Shu steps up for the Galaxy. Bailey just 90 feet away from the third run. Pitch tries to fight to slide down into the zone but doesn't take it. That's high.
1-1.
And that goes low below the zone. 2-1. Bailey not taking a huge lead at third base. Valdorf heads up as we go into the park here at Tollcross in Glasgow. 2-2.
Point.
It's an inside, but goes for strike 3 swinging.
Whoa.
2 runs on the board, 2 outs. Shortstop Darian steps in now to swing for the Galaxy. And that is high and into the second baseman's glove for a 3rd out. And we'll call that naturally the end of the inning there. And we have 2 runs on the board from that half inning for the Galaxy, coming off 2 hits. No errors charged to the Comets, with 1 left on base for the Galaxy. That gives us a 2-1 game to the now home side Glasgow Galaxy, after teams have decided to switch around home and away. I'm Ewan Spence. We're going to be doing a 7-inning game. So there's 6 of those left, and it's just a 1-run lead for the Galaxy.
Ball's in. Beautiful. Coming down.
Let her up.
We did our best with the last minute drop out of it.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it's okay. Sure.
That's what you said the last inning.
Well, I was a bat and then...
Let her up. Yeah.
It is.
I never know. Is it rude to walk in front of you guys? I always feel like I should walk.
It's only one way to play that.
Reuben, Jake!
Yeah. Top of the second. Point.
I'll drop you a message with what we changed.
Top of the 2nd inning here in Glasgow, as the Comets take on the Galaxy. Comets are our visitors and are 1 run behind in this 2-1 game. Left fielder Vaughan is at the mound. Vaughan, Morris and Maguire are your 1, 2, 3
No, I wasn't.
for the top of the inning.
The ball, please, Spence.
You head there from our home plate upper. It's 0-2, rapidly moves to 0-3. And that's the 4th strikeout for Jacob Wright. First baseman Morris at the plate. Throws in fast for a strike in the outside of the zone. Goes for the same spot once more and gets it. And a sinker there. Gets Morris on a strike, and out. Right fielder Maguire now. Count runs even, 1-1. Comes in high on that one there for 2-1. Strike 2. 5 strikeouts so far for Wright, looking for his 6th. And gets it there for a dominant inning. 3 up, 3 down. All strike out there. And the Comets not finding the Galaxy on that inning there. Will go into the midway, but on May the 7th, Glasgow starts youth baseball for 8 to 15-year-olds. Whether you're brand new to the game or already love baseball, come and be part of the team here at Tollcross Park. Find out more at facebook.com/Glasgow Baseball. And we'll be back for the bottom of the second shortly.
Batter up.
Come on, John, let's go.
Did you go down?
Oh, yeah. Look.
Ya tú sabes, trabájalo, vamos. Ah.
Bottom of the second inning here, and it's the foul ball high, but behind the backstop there. McDade heading back to take another swing at the balls there. Galaxy ahead 2-1, looking to extend the lead after a dominant 3 strikeout innings from their pitcher Jacob Wright at the top of the second. McDade, Sweeney and Zhao, your 1, 2, 3 for the Galaxy, who are playing in dark blue. But
I like to think that's
quick as we got 1, 2, 3 away. At the top of the innings, we've got 1, 2 away already in the bottom. Comets looking to finish this one in quickly as well. Bunt shown, not taken. Pulls back and Zhao gets the ball. Showing bunt once more. Pulls back, this time it's a strike. 1-1 with an even count. Strike on the inside of the box. Comets go ahead in the count, 1-2.
Exactly.
And that's called on the outside of the zone. He goes back up again, one step further, 2-2.
2-2.
And decision there on the outside line. Strike 3 on the outside. Zhao not happy with that one. Pitchy balls and strikes are there for home plate umpire Brian Clark. And it's a 3 up, 3 down.
Going down. Coño, vamos grande, tú que tú traes el poncho aquí en el lado.
Batter up.
Welcome back here to blustery Glasgow, and a third of 7 innings here. Jacob Wright stays in pitching for the Glasgow Galaxy. 1, 2, 3 for the Comets and Floors. Who's going to be doing a DH here? Before we go back to the top of the order to Rodriguez and Suarez. Teams have the options of doing a 10th man designated hitter in Baseball Scotland. Both teams taking advantage of that this weekend. Thank you all out there for your comments as well on the game, as we get a smartly hit out into right field, and that's just literally pulled out of the air for the first out, as Zhao, who's just had a little bit of a argy-bargy with the umpire on that call, just calms his own nerves and gets another out there. And there's an F9 on the scoreboard for the first out of the top of the third. Unsurprisingly, given it was 6 strikeouts in the first 2 innings, Rodriguez struck out in his first appearance, as we're back up to the top of the order for the Comets. Pitch comes in low outside for a ball. Yes, for those of you who are just giving us feedback on the stream, thank you very much. We do note that the video is breaking up. We don't have the greatest connectivity here. And that's chopped back off a high pitch. Takes us to 1-1. We are doing our best. We're going to try a couple of things in between the next half inning to see if we can improve the signal. Hopefully the audio is enough to keep you in touch with the game. And we will be uploading the HD recording midweek as well if you want to watch back for a clearer picture. But for right now, we thank you all for watching us live. It's a hard hit, goes out into the right field again. Zhao on the run, bounces out of the glove, so no catch there. And it's a single for Rodriguez, and gets himself onto base for a 1-2 game so far. Suarez up now, second baseman, struck out, and his first appearance in the first innings. Scottish two-step, get the single, steal second. We'll see if that happens. There's the steal, it's going on. The throw is going to be made from catcher up to second base, but it is not in time. Rodriguez keeps his foot on the bag, and we have a stolen base credit going there as well. Puts himself into scoring position up there in second base, and the Comets are 1 run behind, so they will be looking to capitalize on that. One away, runner goes from over to third, and it's popped up high, foul, and Rodriguez does a lovely little slide on the ground and then takes an amble stroll back to second base. John Taft is your outfield umpire for the game, so we're running a 2-umpire game here. Brian Clark is your home plate and chief umpire. Check throw back to second base just to keep everybody honest. Rodriguez, though, close enough to the bag to not feel too troubled with that decision there. Sierra still looking to make good contacts and get a ball in play. He's hoping it's that one. Yep, it bounces along the ground past the pitcher. Shortstop picks it up, throws it over to first base in time for the second out. But Rodriguez does advance himself and puts himself onto third base on the play. Suarez is going to be going out on a 6-3 there for the second out. Roberto Carlos comes up now, and it's pitcher time. First inning was a hit by pitch, and Carlos to put himself onto first base before doing a double stolen base and then getting home and scoring so far Comets' only run. Time called for a canine intrusion. And the Tollcross Park field is now clear again. Rodriguez sitting there on third base. Canine intrusion looking to come back again, but no, has returned to his owner. No stolen park going on there. Play resumes here in Glasgow. Runner on third, 2 away. Smart hit, chops down, third baseman picks it up, takes his time, makes a long throw over to first base.
Run does not score.
In time. And while Rodriguez physically goes over the plate, runner hasn't made it to first. It's a 5-3 for the third out. No runs scored by the Glasgow Comets. 1 hit on the board though, 1 left on base. No errors charged to the Galaxy here at Tollcross Park. On May the 7th, the Glasgow starts its youth baseball adventure for 8 to 15-year-olds for 2025. Wherever you're brand new to the game or already love baseball, come and be a part of the team. Find out more on our Facebook page for Glasgow Baseball, facebook.com/Glasgow Baseball. I'm Ewan Spence, Reuben's in the truck. You're watching us live on YouTube or pre-recorded on Play Again on YouTube as well. And we'll have more of the actual play coming up soon. Welcome back to Glasgow as we fight technical issues here in the booth, and the players fight a stiff wind that is coming over from home plate down to first base. 1 run on the board for the Comets, who are now in defence. Glasgow Galaxy 2 runs up as we go into the bottom of the third. Maftian, second baseman, is leading off, and then we'll be back to the top of the order for Grinnis and Murden. And 4 balls to kick us off, and Maftian goes on base on a walk. Roberto Carlos still pitching. And picks up a strike there. First of the inning. Runner on first. Stays at first if you have a high foul into the backstop. Maftian still at first base. Martin steps up, single in the first inning, with an RBI bonus on top of that as well. Take a little bit of play in the outfield and base running to get there. But even in the hefty one, Carlos is finding the strike zone now. Swinging strike there as well. 2 strikes.
Ball, 2 strikes.
Count goes full, 3-2. And inside high.
Good count.
Barely 1 for 1 so far in the game with a single in the first inning. Base runner wise, we still have Maftian stuck at first base. Not able to advance around yet. Fast swing on Bailey on a high ball coming in there, but he's with the swing of the bat, turns it into a strike. Gibson Hines slide outside there for an even count. And chopped up high, foul. And Glasgow's own foul tree right above the booth here.
Saw that break.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Oh, pitch comes in and it's hit high into, long into left field, but it's comfortable catch for the third out there. Line drive 7 for Bailey draws that inning to a close. No runs scored, no hits on the board, and just the 1 left on base for the Glasgow Galaxy. No errors charged to the Glasgow Comets. We're 3 innings in, and it's only the first inning where we've had runs on the board. It's 2 to our current home team, the Galaxy, after we've had a little shift around on the listings, and the visitors, the Glasgow Comets, just on a single run 7-inning game. We'll be back for the top of the 4th momentarily. Might even do a little bit more tech stuff as well on the live stream. Bear with us.
Well then. Nice one, yeah. Going down. Batter up.
Couple of fours. Play. Strike.
Top of the 4th inning. Welcome back here to Glasgow as we switch over hotspots as the wind swirls around the booth here.
1-1.
Certainly picking up a little bit more than at the start of the game. You 1, 2, 3 now. Barrios, Pereira and Davidson for the Comets. Just the 1-run deficit for the Comets. Jacob Wright, 6 strikeouts over 3 innings. It's a smart, hard, high hit from Barrios. It goes into the outfield, but caught by the center fielder on the run, I believe. And the first out there. Barrios there, taking a single in his first at bat. And with that fly out, he's now 1 for 2. Also taking a single in the first appearance with Pereira. Single and a stolen base, putting him into scoring position before a teammate struck out. What does he have in the stars? Goes for a hard swing on the first pitch that he sees there, but he goes down for the strike. I've no idea what the comments are on YouTube, Reuben. You're going to have to keep an eye on me in the truck, seeing as you've taken away all my tech. And it's an equal low count at 1-1.
Whoa!
In the backstop, you can probably tell that from the microphone. As we go 1 and 2.
I like to keep myself on the toes.
One ball, 2 strikes. Play.
Comes on slightly to the outside. It's a high and equal count at 2 and 2. No runners on, 1 away, 1 run behind for the Comets. And that's chopped up high, popped up. Zhao's underneath it in the left field, right field. And that is taken for the second out. Captain Ian Davison comes up, struck out looking on a full count. in his first plate appearance in this game. Second one coming up. Still no runners on and facing a 1-run deficit here in the 4th of 7. In a moment, I'm going to send Reuben Wright to count to count the attendance, as we have some of us watching us from just a small, well, if you were doing park design, you'd say it's a mound, but as we're doing baseball, we best not call it a mound, because it's a good 300 feet away out in the center left field.
1-1.
But we have the attendance there, and I suspect we might be in double figures for this game. Right, pitch comes down there for a strike, puts himself ahead 1-2. Count equals in the high, 2-2. And strike 3 there from the captain. 7th strike out for Jacob Wright in a dominant pitching game from the star pitcher. As we go into the middle of the 4th, it's a duck egg on that one, so there's no runs, no hits, none left on base for the Comets, no errors charged to the Galaxy. March the 7th sees go. Baseball club starting their youth baseball activities for 8 to 15-year-olds. Whether you're brand new to the game or already love baseball, come and be part of the team. Find out more at facebook.com/Glasgow Baseball.
Second. One second. One.
We go into the bottom of the 4th here, Tollcross Park in Glasgow, as the Glasgow Galaxy defend a 1-run lead against the visitors, the Glasgow Comets. So not a huge amount of visiting, but for those of you who are looking at the cards, we have done a switch around in the roster for the league games. Nevertheless, it's still Glasgow team playing Glasgow team at home in Glasgow, so everything still feels comfortable for the two teams. It's very much a game about the pitchers here. Roberto Carlos, 4 strikeouts, but inducing line drive and pop-outs across the board. You 1-2-3 in this inning, of course. Jacob Wright, pitcher. Pitcher faces pitcher. After that, we have Shu and Darion making up your 1-2-3. It's a 2-1 with a hard hit that goes out to shortstop, bubbles into the ground, not able to hold on to that ball, traps it from going into the outfield, but nevertheless, Wright is reaching first base. Rough ground in the wind there probably means it doesn't pass the level for an error. We'll wait for the official score to come in, but as I'm sitting here in the booth, Jacob Wright is going to be awarded a single to put himself onto first base. Third baseman Shu now struck out in the 1st inning. Opens up his 2nd plate appearance with another strike. Eyes are going to be on Jacob Wright at first, watching for the steal as well. He's teasing it, but not doing that. Foul's in a foul territory there, but just out of bounds, so catch out in foul territory, not really on there.
Ball, 2 strikes.
Wind picking up here. Those of you who like to record the weather conditions, we've decided on blustery. And just a double check on the count there from a home plate umpire. And that ends up as the 5th strikeout for Roberto Carlos. Jacob Wright still being held at first base for the Glasgow Galaxy. Line drive out to second base for Darion in his first at bat. Count's low inning. Carlos, pitcher, goes ahead in the count. 1-2. Right, still there at first base. And that's chopped over. It picks up by the stop, throws over to second baseman on second base, goes to the double play. In this case, not in time. Got to be fair, double plays like that are relatively rare in Scottish baseball, but it's not needed as a force out on Jacob Wright. Happens at second base. Darion will get a fielder's choice up to first. 2 outs. And that's hit high center field. Wind picks it up, and it just needs a little bit of an extra bit of pace from our center field to get that into the glove, which Pereira does nicely. That's the 3rd out there. Fly out 8th is your 3rd out there. And as we go down the board, no runs there, but we do have a single hit and 1 left on base for the Galaxy. No errors charged to the Comets in that inning. Score remains 2-1 to the Galaxy. On May the 7th, Glasgow starts youth baseball for 8 to 15-year-olds. Whenever you're brand new to the game or already love baseball, come and be part of the team. Find out more at facebook.com/Glasgow Baseball. I'm Ewan Spence. It's the middle of the 4th here at Tollcross Park. Reuben Hustler's in the truck, and we'll be back soon with the bottom of the 4th as we pass the halfway mark in our 7 innings game.
I'll use that one. Thank you so much. 2,000.
Ashley, did you get the swap? Ashley, did you get the swap? Straight swap.
Alright, same game plan. I just did straight swap. Factor J dog. I just chose one of them. I actually caused trouble.
in. Coming down.
As the wind picks up, we continue to play baseball here.
Ladder up.
Charts are blowing everywhere. We do have a defensive change. It stays in left field. It's a direct switch. Martin will go back to the bench, then will come off the bench. And they are second in the batting lineup as well. We'll keep you right on that when we move into offense. Your 1-2-3 coming up now for the... Where are we?
Ready for me? Yep. This again. Answer.
Just checking the paperwork there. Your 1-2-3.
Push. Go. Go.
That seems. Is that coordinate or was that?
Walk around and no substitution to keeping score. I've spent the last inning.
Top of the fifth, and Vaughan is the lead-off runner. Takes the hit, goes back to picture Jacob Wright, and it is in time over to first base for a 1-3 out for Vaughan. Induced ground up there from Jacob Wright. One away. Comets on just a single run scored in the first inning, and they're up against just 2 runs from the Galaxy. So we remain just 1 run in deficit here. Morris was out on 3 strikes in his first appearance. Looking to get on base now. Start some action with the run. Going to scoop that ball up from low in the zone and failing, turning it into a strike. Ronald pitching coming through from Jacob Wright in this game. 3 hits against and a hit by pitch. And just a bundle. 7 strikeouts. 3 flyouts and 3 groundouts. Pitch comes in and it is 3rd strike there. Morris on a strikeout, and the 8th strikeout for Jacob Wright. It's 2 away for the Comets, trying to make up that 1-run lead and get themselves back on level terms with local rivals Glasgow Galaxy. Right fielder Maguire now. Struck out swinging in his first appearance. Jacob Wright finds the outside of the zone and puts himself ahead in the count. And popped up high. And almost directly back behind us. With a shade towards first base. And ball comes in there to equalise the count. Skims to the outside.
Go, go.
Count goes 3-2 Maguire took the count to 2-2 before striking out in first appearance. No runners on, 2 away. And with that in, well inside, Maguire gets the walk up to first base and gives the Galaxy something to think about as the Comets get their first base runner since the top. It's their first third inning. I'm going to try that entire line again. They've got a base runner in 2 outs in the 5th. Their last base runner was with 1 out in the 3rd. DH Flores now. Fly out to right field in his first appearance. This time though has a runner on first to manage as well. Any high balls wind is going to pick them up and carry them out to the right field here. Steal is shown but not attempted. Count is a low equal at 1-1. Again, steal shown but not taken. Maguire not taking the lead. 6 or 7 feet, moves up 10, and that's fouled off down and into the first base stands.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
It's a high equal count, 2-2.
Play.
Maguire decides to go for the steal this time and takes it up comfortably up to second base on that ball. First base is open. Runner goes from second over to third, and that's fouled off into the Comets dugout. It's fine weather for flying a kite. It's fine weather for playing baseball in Scotland. Count goes full. 2 away, 1 run behind. Contact made, but fouled up high and off into the first base stands there as well. Players working Jacob Wright hard. Just 3 hits over 5 innings so far for Jacob Wright, going deep into the game.
It was a cut, it's just a script. But I have sepsis, so I'll go to the hospital. Go,
3-2, runner on second base, 1 run down for the Comets. Runner goes from second over to third, hit is made. It's almost the equivalent of a bunt. Catcher comes in, picks it up, throws it up to first base. It's in time. Fuller is out on scrappy, but it still counts 2-3. Swing made by Flores to make good contact. It just catches the bottom of the bat and bounces into the dirt for what is effectively a bunt there at the top of the first, but it is the third out there. No runs scored, no hits on there, with just a solitary left on base for the Comets. No errors charged to the Galaxy, and it remains a 2-1 game in favour of the Galaxy, who are playing at home. If you want to come up and see what it's like here at home in Tollcross Park, then pop up here on May the 7th as Glasgow starts its youth baseball programme for 8 to 15-year-olds. Whether you are brand new to the game or already love baseball, come and be part of the team. Find out more at facebook.com/Glasgow Baseball. I'm Ewan Spence, Reuben Hustlers in the truck. We're trying to keep everything on the ground in these strong winds here at Tollcross, and we will be back for the bottom of the 5th in a few moments.
Batter up.
And we're back here, the windswept grounds of Glasgow baseball. Your Sweeney, Zhao, Maften is your 1, 2, 3 in the order. Carlos still on the mound, pitching into 5 innings as well, following Jacob Wright. Just the 4 strikeouts on Carlos there. 2 walks as well, but again, keeping a tight ship here. Again, just the 3 hits. And there is a straight up into the glove of the pitcher and over to third base. Sweeney looking to find a little bit extra speed, but we'd need to double the velocity there to get up to first base in time. It's a ground base into the pitcher's mitt and a 1-3 for the first out. Zhao struck out looking on a 2-2 previously. Strike 1 called.
Nine.
They batted out of order. What do we do?
And 1 pitch has been thrown,
Is that it?
and Maften is actually at the plate now. And we're just going to have an umpire checking the rules here. The order was meant to be Sweeney, Zhao and Maften. Sweeney went out on 1-3. Maften steps up. 1 pitch was made.
I know. He's out automatically. He stays in. You missed your spot. You batted out of order. That's a shame. Oh, that's sweet. You're after Sorry. Very good. So now there's 2 outs.
2-8.
Hey, go out!
So Maften stays at the plate and is now carrying a believe in not 1 count. Zhao, because of batting out of order, would be the 2nd out. Is that the left field change? Oh yeah, got that, yeah. Just another umpires conference here. Brian Clark, chief and home plate umpire, checking with John Taft. Just going over the procedure there for batting out of order.
So Michael's faced 1 pitch.
Yeah. And Arthur's out. Okay.
You count. Should he not be in? You count.
Is it new count?
I came in early. That's essentially
We're just waiting here as
Decision. I think someone should be out because we batted out of order, but I don't know who's up.
just tempted at this point to go Reuben in the truck. Just look up batting out of order who goes out. Let's have a look at the rule book. Or are your fingers too cold to work the keyboard?
So, but next back.
We'll just do it like that. That works, right? Are we all happy with that?
So I do it that way.
Don't waste it on it.
Yeah.
Wait. Who's that jump?
I don't know, Ewan.
Michael's out. Arthur has a fresh count.
Okay, so the batter who came up to bat out of order is going to be called out. The count is going to be reset. So we are 2 outs. The count is not. Mafton, who's out of order, will count as he.
Oh my God! He killed that third! Alright, Arthur. Nice and easy. Let's go. Arthur, hit it like you mean it.
So Arthur's out there just deciding that he's going to take a little bit of frustration out in that swing. Goes in hard. And we've got a low equal count now. 1-1. Okay, recap. We are with the Glasgow Galaxy in the bottom of the 5th, who have 2 runs. They're fighting the Glasgow Comets, who are being classed as the visiting team, who are on 1 run. So the Galaxy have a 1-run lead. They are currently 2 outs. Andrew Sweeney's the DH, went out on a 1-3. Maftian went out, is batting out of order. Arthur Zhao is going to be called as out there on the run as well, on a ground out. So in the end, that is a strikeout, out of order, ground out. No runs scored, no hits on the board, none left on base, no errors charged. I don't think that counts as an error. I think that goes down to management. So it's no errors charged to the Comets on that one. It's a duck egg inning. We've played 5. The only runs have been in the first innings. Otherwise, the pitchers have been doing their best to keep their teams in touch. And we'll be back with the top of the 6th in what's turning out to be a rather interesting game for us to look back on. I'm Ewan Spence, Reuben Hustler in the truck, and we'll do our best to keep you right in the top of the 6th shortly. Top of the 6th here in Glasgow, and so here's the thing, that last inning just ended up with 3 outs. The captains were happy, the umpires were happy, and there's a little bit of a learning exercise when we all get home on the batting out of order with the person that is 1 ahead of you in the batting order. But for now, we will go to the top of the 6th. Glasgow Comets, 1 run behind, and going to the top of the order, Rodriguez, Suarez and Carlos. Rodriguez is 1 for 2, took a big swing there. It's the first moment in bat. And we have an equal count. Jacob Wright still there, chopped down hard towards third baseman, picks it up, takes a moment, throws to first, goes into the glove, low and in time, one away. On the 5-3. Jacob Wright still pitching through 6 innings, through 5 and into the 6th. Suarez up now, strike out first, 6-3 ground out on the 2nd. Pitch comes in, and it's swung, and it's grounder out past the shortstop, bounces off the glove and carries on into the outfield. Suarez takes himself onto first base, 90 feet, and we've got a base runner. 1 run behind. One away with a runner on first. Carlos steps up with a hit by pitch and a ground out 5-3 for his first 2 plate appearances. Strike on the inside of the zone, and looking for a BAFTA there from Carlos as he leans back. Steele goes on first through second, but it's fouled off by Carlos. And Suarez heads back, take up station on first base. Decision now whether to bluff a steal, go for a steal, or just stay steady now at first base. Decision on whether to swing or not goes to Carlos. It's a check throw from pitcher over to first base, just to keep Suarez honest in those decision makings. Ball is back on the mound. Pitch comes down, Steele is on, catcher does a hard fast throw up to second base, and it is in time. Suarez doing his best to try and get underneath the ball as it is swung down, but no, the glove makes contact with the body before the body makes contact with the bag. Second out is a caught steal. Comets losing a chance to get a runner into scoring position in a close scoring game. Just a 1-run differential. That could be a critical play here at the top of the 6th of 7. Count is 1-2. Elvis Grinnis appeals loudly for the catcher, looking for a BAFTA as well. Instead, sees the ball going down. It's a high equal at 2-2. 2 away. 1 run behind. 4 outs remaining in regular play. Jacob Wright throws high and inside. Ball 3. Time called on a full count. I don't know. Maybe everybody's decided they need to be just shout a little bit more and be a little bit more excited to be heard over the wind that's cutting through. We'll find that out as we go through. Thank God everybody watching on YouTube. We've not been able to keep an eye on the comments as much in this game as we basically wrap up warm for the wind chill factor and just play a little tech moving between various 4G and 5G networks just to try and get the best connection possible. It's a 3-2 on the count. And that's hit hard. It's going out into center left field. 3 underneath it. Third baseman walks back, gets it into the glove, holds it in the glove as well for the 3rd out there. An F5 for the 3rd out. It is another 3 up, 3 down inning. Let's just do a little check on the eye. That is the 3rd 3 up, 3 down that we've had for Jacob Wright. He's in 2 innings with 4 up, 3 down, and that opening inning was a 5 up, 3 down with the run scoring. So we go into the middle of the 6th. No runs scored by the Comets. Just the 1 hit, none left on base, no errors charged to the Galaxy here at Tollcross Field in Glasgow. On May the 7th, Glasgow starts its youth baseball for 8 to 15-year-olds. Whether you're brand new to the game or already love baseball, come and be part of the team. Find out more at facebook.com/Glasgow Baseball. Back for the bottom of the 6th in a moment.
Batter up.
Back in the bottom of the 6th, it's Arctic conditions here in Glasgow if you are from England. If you're in Scotland, it's a nice balmy 6 degrees with a 15-knot wind in Scotland. Anyway, we're at the bottom of the 6th here with the Glasgow Galaxy on a 1-run lead against the Comets. Looking to put a little bit on the more on the board just to keep things interesting. And straight away, we have top of the order Elvis Grin trying to do a line drive down the third baseline, but it does bounce out foul on there. Still have Roberto Carlos pitching. It's his 6th inning, matching Jacob Wright in terms of depth. Pitch comes down there. Greenwich does that down the third base line as well. It's a hopper picked up by the shortstop, thrown over to first base, not in time. Gets underneath the hands of the first baseman, who sprints to stop it going out of bounds and preserve the 90 feet excess. That was a success, but Greenwich gets a success as well as he gets himself up on base. 1 run in the lead. And now with the base runner. First base runner in 7 appearances for the Galaxy. The 1, 2, 3 here, by the way, was top of the order. Grillis, Zhang and Bailey. Zhang has a defensive change previously, staying in to bat second in the lineup and bat second in this inning. Wind just making it a little bit hard to pick up the zone. Greenwich runs over first base to second. Steele is on catcher, throws up a high, looping ball, not in time. Greenwich slides in just to be sure. And a stolen base in the classic Scottish 2-step. Step 1, get a single and get on base. Step 2, steal second. I think we heard a 2-1 count there on Zhang. That's a hard swing going foul behind the backstop there from Zhang. It's a high equal count, 2-2. Will not surprise you that we have a kite flying high in the distance. And fall back in almost exactly the same spot there to keep us at 2-2. And it's a highly active kite as well, which does not surprise me with this wind. It's one of those days where you have to ask what's Gaelic for Candlestick Park. Grinness taking a long lead out of second base as that ball goes over the heads of the shortstop. Grinness goes into third. He's decided to dig down hard and go for home. He's went for home. It's in time. Single. Single for Zen. He was considering taking the extra run up to second. Decided against it. He'll take the RBI single. There's 180 feet on the board from Grinness. Puts another run on the board for the Glasgow Galaxy, extending their lead out to 3-1 here in the bottom of the sixth. Reminder, we play 7 innings, so we're looking at insurance runs getting piled on now. Bailey took a single, which extended to a second base with an out of play in his first appearance. Line drived out to left field previously. Little ground, soft grounder there over the second baseman, throws over shortstop, coming third base. Taking the first base runner out at second, attempting on the double play, but not enough speed there. Zhang is out on the force out for the first out of the inning. Bailey takes himself up to first on a fielder's choice. Runner on first, 1 away, 1 run scored in this inning so far, 2 hits on the board. As pitcher comes up, Jacob Wright, ground out 1-3 in his first appearance, single on the second appearance, then promptly forced out after that. He has a runner on first base, and that ball is low and inside for an equal low count, 1-1. Ball called before contact was made. It's over the head and it goes and it goes under the fence as well. That would have been a ground rule double, but balk was called before contact was made by the bat. Little umpire conference there. Balk called with the runner on, which should push Bailey up to second base.
Oh, no, hey. The ball's running on second.
Believe we're going for a rules check. Just bear with it at the moment. Balk was called. Pitch came in after the ball was called, and a heavy, hard contact from Wright lofted the ball over centre left fielder. Bounced just before the temporary fencing that we use as the edge here, and then rolled underneath. On paper, that would have been a ground rule double and putting runners in second and third if the ball had not been called. We'll check now. I think the Glasgow Galaxy think, can we not have the hit instead, please? But we'll see what's coming up on there. Thank you all for your comments on our live stream on YouTube. It's been a bit choppy, but believe we're stable just now. We're only running 7 innings, so if you'd like to leave any messages or such like just now before we say goodbye, well, you know, we might get a tie break. Who knows how long we're going to be in the game here. But we're just going to wait to see what call happened there. So we're just waiting on the rules question here. So we had a runner at first. The balk was called. Balk was called. So my understanding, and let's remember, I'm not an umpire here, is that the balk is called with the runner on first. Runner is given the next space, 90 feet. Yeah.
Running fair from here.
Right.
The ball is not enforced because yeah, it's ground double. The runner advances 2 bases. The ground double.
No, he wasn't. No, he was on first.
Bird. Yes. Hey, it's good. Está fine.
Espérate, tú tienes que explicar por qué yo hice ball.
It's not a ball.
Sí,
All the
pero hice la
runners
pausa,
have at least one
pero the
base
video
on
se
the
here.
Right.
So we'll all pick up on that one there. So balk was called, but the balk is not going to be enforced. The base was awarded. Base was not awarded because the runner had made the base. But in any case, it's a ground rule double. So everything just kind of winds back and everybody gets 2 bases. So that gives Jacob Wright a 2-hit game so far on a ground rule double.
Stay here. This is the ball. Look. You checked the video before.
And
This is here. Yeah. Here. This is the ball. Okay, no moves nothing.
we've got an arguing balk, which is probably not the wisest of things to do here. Our current state of play as we have now is we have our runner on second and our runner on third, with a 2-run lead for the Glasgow Galaxy. Comets, of course, are trying to get as few base runners on as possible, and they're going to
Batter up.
and as previously intimated, balk is nullified, ground rule double called. Jacob Wright gets that ground rule double and moves up to second base. First baseman Bailey on offense, who reached first base and fielder's choice, now reaches third base on that ground rule double. Batting now is Shu, who's not for 2 so far. Strike comes in. Roberto Carlos, at least staying focused for his pitching. Second pitch is hit. It's a line drive out, drops into center left field. 1 run comes home. Jacob Wright just takes the 90 feet out of third base. Single from Shu gives him an RBI as well. Runners remain on the corners. 2 runs up on the board, and it is a 4-1 lead for the Glasgow Galaxy over the Comets. Finally putting a little bit of acceleration into their game. It's a 4-hit inning, 2 runs scored. Just the 1 out as well. Darian now reached base on the fielder's choice. And before that was a line drive out to second base. Runners at the corners.
2-0.
And 2-0 count in Darian's favour. Runner goes from first up to second. Catcher makes the decision, fakes the throw to second, does the throw up to third in that case.
Time.
But right, close enough to the bank to get back there and call himself safe. Stolen base though.
3-0.
Puts 2 into scoring position. Count goes 3-1. First base is open. 1 away.
Oh, I like that.
And fouled high across the backstop.
Okay.
And we're knocking on the door. That door's called something's going to happen. And it's a pop-up. Pop-up. First baseman gets that into the glove set.
Whoa.
P3, 2 away. Comets looking to hold back, stay in touch as much as possible. It's currently a 4-1 game towards the Galaxy.
Nice easy swing here. Come on. Single scores 2-2.
And that goes wide inside. Big Day diving out of the way on that one. Line out, fly out previously. Pitch comes in and he's went for that high ball in the zone, hits it hard, goes down the left third base line and just sneaks foul at the edge of the fencing. And the one time in this blustery game the Galaxy would have liked a really big bluster, it's not there for them. What could have potentially been an RBI, 2 RBI single moves the count back to 1-1 instead. And low and fouled back. Haven't had many of those. Apologies to the ears out there. 1-2 on the count. And they're hit sharply. This time it stays fair as he goes down into the left outfield. 1 run's come home, Jacob Wright. And the push comes down from Shu. Runs in hard as well. Hits the home base, gets the run, hits the fence. He still gets to keep the run. It is a single for McDade, but more importantly, it's 2 RBIs on there as well. As Wright and Shu come home for a 4-run inning to take the score to 5-1. Andrew Sweeney steps up, pop up, and ground out previously. He's got a runner on first. Swing and a miss, strike 1. It is 2 away. Comets look now facing a 4-run deficit and hoping to not get any more. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Roberto Carlos pitching in his 6th inning. And Sweeney steps back and has the ball called. 1-2. Runner at first. Runner goes from first to second. The steal is on. It's a soft grounder. Goes over to shortstop. Throws over to first base. Is it going to be in time? Can he keep his balance? It is on time. He keeps his balance. Foot stays on the bag. It's comfortable 6-3 for the 3rd out. But the damage and potentially the victory is now in sight. 4 runs scored in that frame of 5 hits. Just the 1 left on base. No errors charged to the Comets, but they are facing a 5-1 deficit to make up as we go into the top of the 7th from 7. We're going to stay with you through the innings change here. And just remind you once more that on May the 7th, Glasgow will start its youth baseball for 8 to 15-year-olds. Whether you're brand new to the game or already love baseball, come and be part of the team. Facebook.com/Glasgow Baseball. A reminder of just how these teams are set up. Comets came into this game with a 2-0 record, holding the league record. We don't know yet what the scores are in the other game. We'll check up with you if we can. And the Galaxy, of course, we're in a 0-1 coming in. Galaxy here, of course, are looking to equalise their record if they can hold on to this lead and go for 1-1. Comets would fall to a 2-1, potentially still holding and tying for the lead of the league, depending on how results go elsewhere. But it would, of course, equalise the head-to-head scores of the Glasgow Derby. Comets have 1 in hand, and Glasgow looking to get 1 here. Currently, it is 9-1 to Tayport in the bottom of the 5th as they take on the Edinburgh Diamond Devils. Tayport winning last week, of course, in their first game would take them up to a 2-0 record. And just give us a second.
Well then.
Rider up.
Ready?
Just had a recount back to that first inning. It's actually a 6-1 game with a 5-run deficit. That's where I'm getting all my 5s from. Yeah, now the wind stopped. That'll be lovely. Right, so we go into the top of the 7th. Comets, quite simply here, need to score 5 runs to tie the game. Jacob Wright is remaining on the mound. Pitched through 6 into the 7th, looking for a complete game here. His job is simple as well. Find 3 outs. Been relatively tight over innings 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6. Letting at most 1 base runner on, 1 from a single in the 3rd inning, 1 from a single in the 6th, and 1 walk issued in the 5th. It's Barrios, Pereira and Davidson as your 1, 2, 3 for the Comets here. Barrier there. Single and a fly out so far in this game. Count goes 1-1. Ball comes in there, 2-1. And that's a hard hit ball that is going to go foul into the first base stands over the dugout. It's a high equal count now, 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Fight.
And it's strike 3 in the leadoff batter. 1 out down, 2 left to find for the Galaxy to win the game. I've been reminded by Reuben in the truck to say like, love, share and subscribe and the usual social media stuffs. Remember, 9 of them have found us, so yes, please hit the like button. It helps us grow the club, both here in Glasgow and in Edinburgh and in Tayport and in Aberdeen and all of Scottish baseball. Perrier's up now, single and fly out previously. 1 for 2. 1 away, no runners on. 5-run deficit, 6-1 game. Pitch comes in and just gets past the catcher there in a wild pitch. Low and outside.
Dangerous one. Get it.
Ball, no strike.
It's a low equal count at 1-1. Ball there on the inside, 2-1 count.
2-1.
And it's a swing and it's chopped up and it's into the glove of the third baseman. That doesn't looks just in time for the second out.
One more.
2 away. Davidson walks up, strikeout looking, strikeout swinging. And catcher Oversklin is just starting out the outfield. Getting everything else lined up here. Glasgow Comets facing their first loss of the season. Glasgow Galaxy looking for their first win. Strike one.
Oh!
Count goes 1-1 and goes at the back. Time called there as the wind picks up the dust and sand, just keeping home plate clear so we get a good view. Quite glad that kite is flying. It lets me know how strong the wind is up high. We're doing for the same for the batters as well. It's died down a little, but it's 2 away. Wild pitch there. Jacob Wright, of course, staying in for all 7 innings. Time called. Davidson looking to do his best to keep his team in the game. Count is a high equal at 2-2. Right, 1 pitch away from handing his team first victory of the season. And that's the pitch there. Strike 3 called. And that is the game. As the Glasgow Comets rack up just the single run there as the visitors. And a 2-run to 1 lead from the first inning was extended out to 6 runs against 1 in the 5th, which broke the game open. And Jacob Wright there throwing a complete game and taking the victory there quite comfortably. Solid pitching as well, it has to be said, from Roberto Carlos for the Comets. Himself putting up 5 strikeouts there with just a handful of walks going into that there as well. Duck egg innings there. No runs, no hits, none left on base for the Comets. No errors charged to the Galaxy. That gives the Comets your final score of just a solitary run, coming off 4 hits. No errors charged, windy conditions helping out with that, and 4 runs left on base. Glasgow Galaxy's final count there, 6 runs scored, sitting on 8 hits in total there. No errors charged to them either. 4 left on base for your final game, the 6-1 game. Stay with us as we will have the post-match interview with winning pitcher Jacob Wright coming through. Thank you all out there for watching us on the stream in YouTube. If you are, it's very much appreciated. A link, like, love, share, subscribe. There you go, Reuben. You happy? I've done it twice. And of course, for those of you in the Glasgow area, on May the 7th, Glasgow starts youth baseball for 8 to 15-year-olds. Whether you are brand new to the game or already love baseball, come and be part of the team. Find out more at facebook.com/Glasgow Baseball. And if you're outside of that 8 to 15 range, don't worry, because baseball happens every weekend, both here in Glasgow, Tayport, and through in Edinburgh. And we're welcome to start off. We have a development league, of course, in the single A, and we have the AAA league going on here as well. So if you want to give it all a go, just pop along. You can find Glasgow Baseball on Facebook and Tayport and the Edinburgh clubs as well. But you can also find us at Baseball Scotland, both on Facebook and on the web as well, baseballscotland.co.uk. Thanks very much for watching the game. And as promised, it is time for the post-game interview, and we will have joining us winning pitcher Jacob Wright coming over just now. I will give him a little wave. I think it's a chat with the umpires on the last ruling just now. Let's look up. There's always something to learn in the game. And just checking off and doing some final checks with the team as well. I shall send Reuben on the hunt to get Jacob and give him a little nudge. I think there's some discussion over the bulk ground rule double of which Jacob was involved with as the batter at that point. I'm sure that's something we're going to be asking about him shortly. Full games come up here on YouTube throughout the season. We're doing our best to bring you live games as much as possible throughout the year, as well as recorded highlights from games that we can't make it. We just sound like an actual proper baseball broadcast here because we've got winning pitcher Jacob Wright here with the headset on, just like we were, I don't know.
I know, this is real fancy.
with this, I would have to say it's a bit like Candlestick Park. All we just now see if we can get a camera on here so we can get the recording on that as well. Reuben is looking right. Reuben, your iPhone's here, just use that one. I've tried to make this all sound professional.
It does sound very professional.
It does sound it, yes. There we go.
You've got a nice windshield for your scorecard there.
Yes, and the wind was very much needed there. We'll come to that one in a second. Everybody just, I don't know, should we do, we've just done the advert. Seeing if we can get that. If not, maybe we could just record it offline and put it up later on YouTube on that one there, Reuben. He's going for it. Oh, we're getting it down the stream as well? Now, stream, you're just getting it on audio. So, here we are. Look at me in the tabs there. Welcome back to those of you watching on the stream and listening live on YouTube, and for everybody else watching the video here after what was a very tightly fought game through 5 innings before that last run, and the Glasgow Galaxy pushed themselves into a lead eventually in a 6-1 game. Got the winning pitcher here, Jacob Wright. Jacob, did it feel as hard fought and as tight as it looked to us out here?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This Comets lineup this year, we played them in our first game of the year as well, and you know, Ian and I are good friends, and that's what I was saying to him after. I'd never had so much pressure put on me from the mound. It's just they were battling every at bat, good breaking balls. They were spitting on them, and it was just they put so much pressure on you, and they're a real murderer's row 1 through 9. So it was tough. I had some good stuff today, and Evaldis behind the dish. He's really good at keeping me right. So, and then a good defense behind me. So we just played a good team game today.
How does it feel knowing that you have a 1-run lead? You're going up 2-1 in the first inning and then scoreless all the way through to the 6th on both sides. How much was that 1-run cushion important to you mentally?
To be honest, I didn't think about it at all. I don't.
Okay, we'll do another question.
no, it's I get what you're meaning, but for me, I just if I start thinking about that stuff, I'm not good enough to take all that into consideration and have it affect my game. Really, I'm just up there trying to throw a strike. So try not to think about it, because if I do, then I will surely mess up. So, but yeah, I mean.
So if I turn around and go, how many strikeouts did you throw in that game? Do you know what the number is?
A few. I know, maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, double that. 10 strikeouts in the game.
Not bad for a day's
10
work.
10 strikeouts, 1 walk, 4 hits from the other side as well. How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like I'll go home and have a nice dinner and feel like I earned it. So that's nice. It's fun. It's always fun. We do, it's Scottish amateur baseball, and the level that we play at compared to when I played in the league, it's definitely a lot better. We got real ball players, and umpires getting trained up and everything like this. So it's really cool and fun to play in. And then, when you come out and have a good day against teams that are, of decent, or not just decent, but really good quality, then it makes you feel good. So, it's a nice feeling for sure.
So you were involved in that offensive run in the 6th inning, and we had the issue with the bulk that was coming through the opposing pitcher. Now, you're the batter at that point as well.
Yes.
So take me a little bit through that.
I was confused. I see the ball hit the ball, so the ball was coming in, and I hit it, and then it went in the outfield, and then it's with these things, like, we all just want to have a nice fun day and play it by the rules. I don't really see any benefit in trying to game the system and any edging out this way or the other. So I came back, and whatever the ruling is, whatever the rule is, the rule is. So same with we had an issue where we batted out of order, and I just think we're all trying to do our best, and we're not professional athletes, so let's just try and come together to play a good game of baseball by the rules and have a nice day.
So both the Glasgow teams are going to turn up in training next week, midweek.
Yep.
What does the Galaxy take training-wise out of today?
Honestly, just keep doing what we're doing. We did all the things. We played good defense, and we last week we worked the counts a little bit more, and we put the bat on the ball. So we just I know it was very close, 2-1 until the 5th, like you say, but it's not like we weren't executing our game plan until then. We were hitting the ball hard. They were making good plays. So training just more of the same. Just keep getting the reps in and everything like that.
And important to stay head-to-head between the two Glasgow teams.
Absolutely.
Not let them get ahead of you.
No, well, I mean, there's always the derby mentality, but we like to, we very much have a one club mentality. It's all about training to get better together. So, because like I say, this is a game that we play for fun, and we're not professionals, so why not try and help each other and be the best we can be and have a nice time? And I'd love to see Glasgow 1 and Comets Galaxy 1 and 2 in the leaderboard, whichever way around fate has it, then that's good. But
we've been talking about the youth baseball that's happening on May the 7th.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
of course the team and the club is open to any and all ages. So if somebody outside the 8 to 15 wanted to give it a go, how do they get in touch with you?
We're just deciding that because we've seen remarkable growth as a club over the past couple of years. It's really amazing. I think it's a testament to the good work that we're doing in Glasgow and just how accessible baseball is as a sport. Anyone, any age, size, shape, whatever, can turn up and play, and it's a welcoming environment, and there's somewhere on the field for them to play. So if they want to get in touch, just get in touch to the Facebook page. We might have some special rookie days this year that we can do some specialized training and stuff and help people get into the game, maybe have some additional resources on hand and things like that. So yeah, just message the Facebook page and we'll set you right. We've got a nice team here, the committee in Glasgow, that makes it a welcoming experience for everyone.
Lovely. Thanks for popping in and putting the headset on.
Yeah, thank you.
Purple.
Thanks for
Ewan
thanks
Spence
for
here, Reuben Hustler in the truck, winning pitcher Jacob Wright here. More baseball is going to be happening next weekend. Find out more baseballscotland.co.uk. Follow us on Facebook. We're on YouTube as well, so give us a link, like, love, share, subscribe. The individual clubs are out on Instagrams, and they also have their own individual Facebook pages as well. But for now, thank Ewan Spence here from Tollcross doing its best impression of Candlestick Park. If you're going to do Murderers Row, I'm going to get in my very, very old baseball link.
Hey, Candlestick's historic park.
It is. Veni Vidi Vixie for the entire Scottish weather. But for now, I'm Ewan Spence. Haste you back.
All right.
Oh, I got Veni Vidi Vixie. Oh.
That was really fun. All right, I gotta go help my team.
Yeah,
That's
indeed.
me shirking on my duties. That was really fun. Thanks for coming. Cheers.